it's Nikki, Doctor of Physical Therapy here at Greencastle Physical Therapy. I am here with my assistant Kelsey. We are going to be going over some exercises that are designed to strengthen the shoulder blade and the shoulder. Really quick here, the shoulder blade is the nice little wing that sits on your back. It controls the shoulder as you're moving that arm around in space, and it's designed to kind of go up and down, use the muscles around here. As the rotator cuff comes around, grips onto the ball of that shoulder and holds that shoulder in place as you move. So when we do this exercise, we can use a bed, a couch, something that you're going to be laying down flat with that arm off the side. And we want to use something like that because, again, we're going to be working through a full range. If you do it on the floor, you just don't get through the full range that we go. So as we're here, we want to get a towel, a small pillow to stick under the forehead. That keeps us in a good posture since the muscles here also do have an impact on our posture in the way that we sit and stand. So towel, small pillow underneath here. There are 6 different positions in how we do this exercise. So we'll just kind of roll through one at a time and then go from there. So Hughston's number 1, we are going to come straight out to the side here, trying to keep that arm straight out. It's a little bit more of a precarious position of the shoulder, so a lot of times, initially she wanted to come down here. We want to come straight out so we can really work that rotator cuff, holding it open, work that shoulder blade as we pull that shoulder blade down and towards the opposite hip. We want to make sure the shoulder blade is not coming up towards the ear as we do all of these exercises. That often is what wants to happen, is we're pretty dominant on the top of that shoulder, but we really want all the muscles in through this back to work together to keep us nice and secure as we move. So that is Hughston's 1, straight out to the side, palm facing down. As we move into Hughston's 2, we are going to move up towards about eye level, kind of in a Y position with that arm. Again, it's very important as we go overhead to really pull that shoulder blade down and towards that opposite hip, down towards the pockets almost as you go. Trying to keep it slightly up as that palm faces down. Elbow stays straight, which wants to bend a little bit to use some of those others. But shoulder blade is active, rotator cuff is also involved here to help us out. Moving into Hughston's 3, now we're going to change the position of that thumb. So as we change the position of that thumb, we allow for what we call external rotation at that shoulder. That external rotation, or rotating back as we go from there, is really good at getting the rotator cuff involved with the shoulder blade to really give us a good, nice, stable shoulder. So as we turn that thumb up to the ceiling, we bring that arm straight out to the side, trying to keep that elbow straight, shoulder blade pulling down towards the opposite hip. And we lift up and lower nice and slow. With all of these, lowering nice and slow is one of the most important parts. We don't just want to say, hey, I got to the top and drop that arm down. The lowering is just as important as the lifting because it's one of the ways our muscles will work as we go about the day. Moving into Hughston's 4, now we're going to again have that thumb up towards the ceiling. So nice and open, asking those external rotators, or that rotator cuff, to work very good as we really engage through the shoulder blade and pull that shoulder blade down towards the opposite hip. Lifting up into that Y-shaped position, shoulder blade stays down as we go, lowering nice and slowly. And then we're going to move into Hughston's 5. So now we're going to have that palm facing up towards the face, nice and open, and a good external rotation of that shoulder as we bring that hand back to our side, allowing that shoulder blade to pull back and down. Going through all of these, keeping a little bit of engagement in your waist is not a bad thing because we want to have some good stability at our foundation as we go through. We're going to pull down, make sure we're not just using only the back of the shoulder. We want the shoulder blade and the shoulder muscles to work together here. Lowering down nice and slow. As we move into Hughston's 6, we're going to slide our way over more towards the middle of the bed, the couch, whatever that you're on, so that that arm is a little bit more supported here. So we want the upper arm to just be supported by that surface. Coming straight out from the shoulder blade, and then we're going to really pivot and rotate that hand up towards the ceiling. So now we're really asking those external rotators, or that rotator cuff, to work very, very hard here. This is a challenging exercise, but it is excellent to work some of these positions and muscles in the shoulder that are often neglected a little bit, just in what we usually do every single day. So that support here just allows us, again, to really isolate and focus on that external rotation. Biggest thing here, do not let that shoulder blade be coming up towards your ear as you do this. We're going to probably get a little pinching. This is not a good position. We want that shoulder blade to be really kind of set on our back as we move into those, because that's really how we want it to work as we do anything throughout the day. As we do these exercises, we usually do them for repetitions. So we can do 2 sets of 10 to start. And then as you get better at them, as they get easier, add repetitions. So we can do 2 sets of 12, 2 sets of 15, 2 sets of 20. You can add a third set if it feels good for you, but we're really trying to work the endurance of these muscles. They're supposed to work all day long as we move, which means they're not just a power muscle that's helping us. They really want to have that endurance-based strength as they move forward. Again, lowering with these is very important. Do not just lower it quickly. So hopefully as you go through these exercises, you get nice and challenged. You can pick a couple. We usually work through Hughston's 1, 3, and 5 initially, just to really start somewhere. Sometimes going through all of them, we might not have the pieces in place just yet. So you can start with a couple, work your way to doing all 6, and really feel that good challenge. As you go through those, we're getting a nice strong shoulder, a nice strong shoulder blade, so that we can do all of the things with our arms that allow us to enjoy life the way that we want to.